the Securing Social Network Communications module. In this module, you will learn how to ensure security in social network communications. After going through the module, you will be able to social networking security threats, site flaws, URL spoofing, clickjacking, social engineering, GeoTagging, privacy security settings configurations. Social networking has become an inherent part of our current digital lives, and is used by more than 1 billion people worldwide. The popularity of social networking sites has increased at astonishing levels. It allows people to share ideas and interact with others. These interactions reveals a lot of information, often including personal information that is visible to anyone who wants to view it. Hence, privacy is often a key concern faced by the users. Since billions of people are interacting with others, it is also a new attack ground for creators of malware. Popular examples of social networking platforms are Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram and so on. Social networking websites have become an easy platform for cybercrime. Cybercriminals exploit sensitive and private information for committing identity theft or trapping innocent teenagers into illegal activities. It is common for users of social websites to share information, however, they lose privacy. Users are unaware of the risks involved when they share their information on social networking sites. Some common security threats are phishing, identity theft, malware, site flaws, URL spoofing, clickjacking, and social engineering. Errors and bugs in social networking sites offer a chance to attackers to access user information, even though all privacy settings are applied. Attackers take full advantage of such flaws. The site flaws also enable attackers to track transmitted packets and modify them during transmission and propagation, performing injection attacks and creating backdoors to the social sites. Backdoor is a technique in which a system security mechanism is bypassed without detection to access computer data. URL spoofing is the act of misleading a user to a different website by sending a legitimate-looking false URL. The spoofed URL looks exactly like the original URL or website. When clicked, such URLs redirect users to malicious websites. URL spoofing is performed to commit cybercrime, such as phishing, identity theft and various scams. The forged URL is sent to as many target victims as possible. Clickjacking is the attempt to hide malicious programs in the garb of legitimate buttons or links. The main aim is to trick the user into clicking these links or buttons, which further triggers the downloading of hidden malicious program, thereby allowing the attacker to access the computer. Clickjacking is also known as user interface redress attack or UI redress attack or UI redressing. Clickjacking may result in the installation of a virus, worm, or a Trojan horse. The different types of clickjacking techniques are cursorjacking and likejacking. Facebook is the common target for likejacking. When a user clicks on the video, instead of playing the video, the link triggers a like button for the content. Social engineering is the practice of convincing people to reveal confidential information about themselves, friends, relatives or colleagues. It involves human interaction and befooling people into breaking security procedures. Attackers gain trust of the victim or victim's family or friends and manipulate them, so that they reveal the required information. It has two approaches: direct approach and indirect approach. Indirect approach: the imposter directly convinces the victim to steal information through the means of phishing. In indirect approach, direct participation of the victim does not happen. The attacker gains information through victims' relatives or friends. GeoTagging is the method of adding geographical metadata to various media such as images, videos, websites, SMS messages, QR codes or smartphone transmissions. The data usually consists of coordinates like latitudes and longitudes and sometimes may even include name of the place, distance and altitude. GeoTagging is commonly used for photographs and can provide a lot of information about the photograph, such as where the picture was clicked, at what time and the exact location. People mostly use smartphones that have global positioning system GPS or location-specific services which come handy while using various apps, such as for booking cabs or ordering food or finding a lost phone. Use location-specific services. Also, the camera app of the phone uses the geotagging service to record the information or location of the photograph taken. Some high-end phones have an inbuilt GPS, which automatically geotags any photo taken. Social networking sites provide a complete map of the location people visit. Thus, it becomes very easy for predators to trace, track and stalk people. But, users can disable the geotagging feature on their phone and other devices. You can disable the automatic geotagging feature on your Android device. To do this, you have to navigate to the camera settings screen. On that screen, you have to turn off the location tags or geotag feature. You can turn this feature on later if you want. The exposure of social networking sites has grown at such a tremendous rate that many children under the age of 13 years are active on social media. Many children interact with strangers on social networking sites including Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter. This makes them vulnerable to attacks as they have little or no knowledge of online attackers. There are various threats and issues associated with social networking sites. Social networking sites pose a serious threat to minors. Minors and teenagers, who are more active on social networks, are exposed to cyber predators. Predators usually contact their victims using a false identity and locate them geographically. They pretend to be young children to trap kids. The risk is even greater as minors are less careful compared to adults. To avoid this threat, users must make their profile private with the help of privacy settings, and parents must monitor their children so that they don't post any personal information on public platforms. Some common risks faced by kids on social media are online harassment by stalkers, falling prey to cyberbullying, practice of sexting, sending or receiving sexually explicit material, becoming depressed or addicted, exposure to inappropriate content and sleep deprivation. To prevent such instances, it is recommended that parents or guardians must monitor kids' online activities and be supportive of their kids. You know that Facebook is an online social media and social networking service that allows registered users to connect with each other and the outside world. You can create a profile, find and add friends, post status messages, share photos and videos. Facebook allows users to stay in touch with their friends by chatting and sending personal messages using Facebook Messenger. You might be aware that Facebook stores a large amount of user data. Attackers may access the following information on Facebook, such as name, address, phone number, email address, professional details, friends, interests, hobbies, personal photos and videos for propagating a cyber attack. You can customize privacy and data visibility in Facebook to enhance security. To keep your account safe and secure from any undesirable activity, you can configure appropriate options on the settings page. You can enhance your online privacy on Facebook by customizing these settings. Profile settings, general settings, security settings, privacy settings, timeline and tagging settings, blocking settings, notification settings, follower settings, apps settings and ads settings. While application interfaces change over time, the profile settings remain more or less the same. By default, Facebook sets the profile view status as public and allows everyone to view it. You can change the profile view status setting to friends. General settings allow users to edit basic information such as name, username, email, language and many more. Users can customize these settings to keep their identity safe. Facebook offers various security and login settings allowing users to protect their accounts. Users must utilize these options to protect themselves from predators. Users can access these settings in the security and login page under settings. Using this page, one can change the login details such as password and login method. Privacy settings in Facebook allows users to customize the information made visible to friends or public including posts, photos and set filters for the users who can contact them. The privacy settings option is available under settings. After clicking settings, you need to click the privacy tab on the left pane. Facebook's timeline contains all user posts and the post they've been tagged in. It also contains information such as location, likes, dislikes and much more. This makes the timeline an easy target for cyber attackers. Features like tagging provide attackers with a list of users' friends letting them to steal identities. It is important for users to change their timeline and tagging settings. You can use the various features under timeline and tagging settings. You can add things to my timeline. Who can see things on my timeline? How can I manage tags? People add and tagging suggestions. You can change these options to enhance your online activities. Facebook provides blocking settings that help users to manage unwanted users, messages, apps, app invites, event invitations and pages. To open blocking settings, open Settings and click the Blocking tab on the left pane, to view various options such as Restricted List, Block Users. Under Blocking Settings, there are many options available such as Block Users, Block Messages, Block App Invites, Block Event Invitations, Block Apps and Block Pages. You can choose the required option to secure your browsing experience. Notification settings allow users to configure which notifications to receive on phone or email address. To avoid spam, users must always utilize these settings efficiently. Follower settings allow your friends to follow you. You can also let people who aren't your friends follow you so that they can see your posts using the follow feature. This feature is useful for those who don't wish to have a long friends list. However, it can also inflict harm to the followed users as anyone who follows you can see all your activities and posts. Therefore, the best practice is to let your friends only follow you. Users can log into third-party apps using their credentials, but doing this can lead to passing on information like a name, profile picture, cover photo, gender and other sensitive information. Users can prevent passing of this information to the apps by changing app settings. There are various options available in app settings such as apps, websites and plugins option, game and app notifications, apps others use, and old version of Facebook for mobile. Social networking sites generate the revenue through the advertisements they display on the sites. In Facebook, the advertisements are displayed according to the user's interests, information, likes and habits. Users can customize the visibility of social actions paired with advertisements. Twitter is an online social networking and microblogging site used to send and receive messages called tweets. Tweets are short messages restricted to 140 characters and appear on the user's profile page. An attacker may obtain the following information about a Twitter user: personal information, friends information, number of followers, photos uploaded and people following. By using the below features, you can stay safe on Twitter. Account settings: carefully set up your account details on this page. Privacy allows users to control photo tagging, tweet privacy, tweet location, direct messages and many more. Safety settings allows users to hide sensitive content, remove blocked and muted accounts and control tweet media. Password setting allows users to change the current password or recover a lost password. Users can control when and how often Twitter sends emails to them by email notifications. Users must disable automatic email notifications. Users can block accounts by blocking users. This allows users to keep away from suspicious users. LinkedIn is the world's largest social media site for professional networking. A LinkedIn profile usually summarizes the professional expertise and various accomplishments of a user. While the users build their professional network, it's important to be conscious of their individual privacy. One simple way to keep LinkedIn data safe is by keeping personal account information private. By default, LinkedIn shares certain things that the user might want to keep private and vice versa. You might want to keep your profile activities private. You can do this by selecting the private mode, which will disable who's viewed your profile and your viewer history gets erased. Choose whether you are visible or are viewing in private mode. You can also restrict who can view your public updates. Apart from this, you can turn on the two-step verification for additional security. Instagram was launched in 2010 and is owned by Facebook. It is now the most popular visual social media platform. It is used by millions of users for sharing real-time photos and short videos about food, travel, fashion, art, and so on. Instagram provides several unique filters along with video and photo editing features. The users can quickly apply a filter to give the photo a unique look. Instagram incorporates strict rules for banning inappropriate content including nudity and other types of offensive posts. Like most other social networking sites, the user must be at least 13 years old to create an account on Instagram. Like other social media sites, Instagram can also pose a critical security threat to users. The summary of the module on securing your social network communications is available on the screen. I will pause for a few seconds to allow you to read it. Internalize this information and apply it to gain mastery over prevention of cyber attacks while browsing social media platforms.